Hey YouTube, I'm back once again. This is part 2 of this week's pickups video. I recorded yesterday the first part, but I wasn't able to get part 2 done then. So it's actually the following day. It's now Sunday, the 11th of October. And I'm going to show you the rest of the stuff that I've picked up over the last week. Part 1, if you've already seen it, you'll know that was all the stuff that I bought yesterday. If you haven't, I will leave a little card somewhere up here, so you can link to that video. And it doesn't really matter what order you watch it in. There's probably little or no spoilers in either video for what's in each of those. So if you watch part 1 before part 2 or part 2 before part 1, it probably doesn't really matter, but just to let you know that there's 2 videos. Right, first thing was something I spotted on eBay last weekend, I think, from Momox, who usually, but not always, but usually does German stuff. Especially when it comes to HD DVDs, which is what this is. There is occasionally UK releases, but there are a few German exclusive HD DVDs that I don't have, so I always keep an eye out on there for some. But this one turned up, and I think it was about £2.20, but there was no photograph. There was no picture at all. It just said this, and then Australian release in brackets, HD DVD. So I thought, I'm going to take the chance. And as it turned out, it arrived on Thursday or Friday. I think it was Friday. So I got Sahara, again, the Australian release. So, and I think I have every release of this now. Yeah, there isn't a UK release. I'm not sure whether there's any European releases, but I've got the American, the Japanese, and now the Australian. So yeah, chuffed to have got that. Trip into Middlesbrough on Tuesday morning. Was it Monday morning or Tuesday morning? I want to say it was Monday, because last Sunday, if you saw that pickups video, which as I'm recording this actually hasn't gone up yet, but by the time this is out it will have done. But last Sunday I went over to Bishop Auckland, and actually I went up to Hartlepool first, but then over to Bishop Auckland to to get that little beauty there, but also to get some other stuff. Got that in Hartlepool, and then there was some other stuff in Bishop Auckland that I wanted, and one of the items I traded in was something that was available in the 2 for 15 at HMV, but I traded in for a tenner, knowing that hopefully I could get it back. And my intention was actually to get 2 more and then trade in the second one. But by the time, yes, it was Tuesday now I think about it, yeah, by the time I bought this, the trade-in at CX had gone down, so I ended up not getting the second one. But this is Terror Train, which I got fairly recently off eBay. And if you saw that pickups video, the case had been smashed in the post. It wasn't awfully packaged, or was it? Or maybe it was. Anyway, something heavy must have been dropped on one end, as the case was badly smashed, but still all together, so it wasn't noticeable immediately that it was broken. So anyway, I traded that in, got me £10 trade, and then went back to HMV, and it was Tuesday. I got this. Like I say, my intention was to buy 2 of these and then just trade in the second one for another £10 voucher, but that didn't work out. So I was looking through it to see what else I could get, and I spotted this again in the 2 for 15. Flavia the Heretic, a Shameless release. It's been spine number 15. So that brings me another step closer to having all of these, I think. In fact, they're right there. So that's my collection up to now. So I've got, I believe, 1 to 10, and then at 12. Yep, so I need 11, and then 13 and 14. I think there are 18 in total now, so there's still definitely a few more to pick up. And on the way out, literally at the top of the stairs by the exit, they had a new display where all the Star Wars Blu-rays were of Disney, and they've got Disney DVDs in 2 for 10 and Disney Blu-rays in 2 for 12. And I picked up again the last couple of months, maybe a little bit more, almost complete set of Disney Pixar limited numbered slipcase editions. And at that point, I thought that was the complete set. I later found out when I was in HMV a couple of weeks later that there was 2 more, Incredibles 2 and Toy Story 4. Now, immediately saw Toy Story 4, so I had to grab that one. Like all of these, it's just the standard release inside. And could I find Incredibles 2? No, I could not. I went up to the counter and I asked the guy, you know, is everything you've got as far as these Disney releases on the shelf, or do you have more? And he said, no, they're probably all out. And I explained what I was looking for, and he said, oh, it's going to be difficult. He said, because they're just the same releases with the slipcover, which I knew that, and they have the same barcodes on the back as the standard releases. He said, so there's no way we can tell which version we've got. And he said, I can't even order it for you, because the chances are, if they don't have any, they'll just send the standard one. And I'd actually put this back on the, after I'd spoken to him, I thought, oh, well, there's no point. I put that back on the shelf. And he came over and he says, have you got this one? Onward, literally on Monday, came out. He said this one in Frozen 2 had been released with the new slip covers. So I don't think I showed that, did I? It's so Toy Story 4 is spine 21 and Onward is spine 22. So this, I don't think has been out on Blu-ray that long, but this particular version only came out on Monday this week, and Frozen 2 with that specific slipcover for the Disney Classics came out as well. So still need to get Incredibles 2, which is number 20, but other than that, I have all but that one, a full collection. So I was chuffed to grab those. Then on Friday, no, this is still, I'm getting mixed up now. Is that in the wrong pile? That's in the wrong pile. So yeah, so we're still in Middlesbrough on Tuesday, in Scope, and they had a big sign up saying DVDs 3 for £1. Now, quite often stores will put, charity shops specifically, will put all DVDs X for £1, 3 for £1, 2 for £1, 5 for £1, or whatever. And when you get up to the counter, and they say, oh, well, that's not included. Oh, that's not included. Hold on, that sign says all DVDs. Oh, well, it's all DVDs except so and so, so and so. That's not what your sign says. But this time it wasn't specific. It just said DVDs, and pretty much all but a few of the box sets have been put on a shelf separately. So literally the counter was maybe 2 or 3 meters behind me. So I turned around and spoke to the lady behind the counter, who clearly, during the conversation, it was clear that she was the manager. And I asked her about, the sign. I said, does the sign mean all DVDs? And initially she said yes, and then she thought for a second, and she said, oh no, it doesn't include the box sets. Which I thought, well, that's fair enough. I had seen a box set or two that I quite fancied, but they're only £1. And she said, we've marked all the box sets up at £1. Now, everything, all the DVDs were marked at £1 anyway, but all the DVDs were 3 for £1. So I carried on looking because I was struggling to find a third. And by the time I got to the checkout, she'd gone out the back, and there's another guy at the checkout, and another woman sorting some clothes out in front of the. I say checkout, it wasn't a checkout, it's just a till. But I found Revolutionary Road. I've never seen this one, but it was hyped up when it first came out, because it was the first time that Leo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet had been back together in a movie since Titanic. I don't know if it was any good or not, but yeah, I grabbed it for what, 33p. This I've had in the past, and I've been looking for it for years. This is the DVD Steelbook of Transformers. I have never, ever, ever seen one of these that still has this slip on the back. They are always pulled off, and I guess it's just a little bit of glue holding it in place. And I see why people take it off, because you've got the Decepticons on one side and the Autobots on the other. But you know me, I'm a stickler for having these things complete. So when I saw this, I was very pleased. That's the comic and everything inside. Again, for 30 odd p. Like I say, I had the 2 box sets already in my hand. I had those 2, and I was struggling for a third. And I'd picked this up a couple of times and put it down. I thought, I don't need it because I got the Blu-ray not so long ago. But this is a US release, and my Blu-ray is also a US release. This is Battlestar Galactica, The Plan. I'm actually going to use this to make a dual format edition with the Blu-ray. Use one of my little plastic hubs and transfer the disc into that release. So, like I say, it's got a slip cover, which is a shame to waste, but yeah, I decided to get that. Now, when I got to the till, like I say, there was a different person, and he was looking through, and he said he was talking to the other girl, and he was saying, aren't these 3 for £1? And she said, oh yeah, 3 for £1. The other ones I picked up were Hawaii Five-0 and X-Files Season 8 box sets. Hawaii Five-0 has been Series 3. I have seen all of the first series. I'm pretty sure I might have seen all of the second, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if I've seen any of the third series or not. I kind of fell off a long time ago watching this show, so yeah, I had to grab that one. But anyway, it said to the girl behind in front of the counter, the other member of staff, these are 3 for £1. And she said, oh yeah. And he says, you know, you can get another one. And I said, I've been looking for ages and I couldn't find anything else. And he said, oh well, that's just £1 then, please. And my head sort of went, wait, what? And okay, so I give him his £1 and put these in my bag and literally ran. No, I didn't run. But I don't know what he was thinking, but I got all 5 for £1. So I didn't complain. I was very happy. So that was everything I got in Middlesbrough on, well, apart from that, on Tuesday morning. Then, like I said before, on Friday, I went back to Bishop Auckland, because I got some HD DVDs, and I'd seen one that for a stupid reason I picked it up and then got chatting and kind of got distracted and put it back down, and I was intending on checking on my collection on my phone to whether I had it or not, and I realised when I got home that I didn't. So I thought I was going to go back and get that. Anyway, when I got there, it wasn't there. There was a couple of other rare ones that obviously somebody had found and picked up, but there was a few that had gone out on the shelf that hadn't been there when I was there on the Sunday, and some of them were fairly rare, but not not immensely rare. In the end, I didn't get any of those because I already own them, and I thought, maybe there's a bit of profit on eBay, but in the end, I decided not to. But I went to CEX because I had some more stuff to trade in. So I spent a few vouchers, had a few left over, but I got Back to the Future 3. Might be a controversial choice, but this is my favourite of the 3 movies. Whenever they're on the TV, I'll watch any of them, but when it comes to I just want to watch a Back to the Future movie, this one is my go-to. Now, I'm not a massive Western fan by any stretch of the imagination, so that's not the reason. I just really like this film. I love the others. The first one I liked. The second one I saw all 3 in the pictures, but the second one I got out of the pictures and my mind was actually blown after watching that movie. I don't think it holds up quite as well, the second one, as the others. So that has kind of been reduced to my 3rd favourite, not by a long stretch. Like I say, I like the first one. I like this one just a little bit more. So that was only £2. This, I'm certain, wasn't in there when I was there on Sunday. But when I looked up online on the day before to see what they had, this showed up, and it's another one that's been in my wish list for quite some time. Blood and Black Lace. This is the dual format edition. I used to have the standard Blu-ray edition of this a while back, but I got too good of a deal trading it in. That edition doesn't come with the booklet, it only comes with a single disc, whereas this is the 3-disc edition. I love this film. It absolutely blew me away again when I watched it. I did have the steelbook as well, funny enough, but I'd never watched that version. That's gone now, so that's quite some time ago. But yeah, when I watched that other edition I had, it blew me away. I absolutely love this movie, so I'm so happy to have finally got back in the collection. This one that just seems to be going up and up and up in price. I know it is out of print, at least this edition of it is out of print. So chuffed to grab that. This one was in there last week, but I didn't get it with the vouchers I had last week. But for £6, 51st State, 101 Films release, it's just a good, fun action comedy, I suppose. Great film. This one, again, I saw on Sunday. I didn't buy it. When I was in HMV on Tuesday, I saw the standard version. So this seems to be out of print with the slipcover, so I decided to grab it. It was £12 on Sunday, so it's gone down. Night of the Demons 2. So happy to have got that. I don't know, I'm pretty sure 88 Films never put out the first Night of the Demons. So whether that's available on Blu-ray and whether you need to watch that first to watch this, again, I'm not sure. And then these are just a couple of cheap DVDs that I had to buy for £1.50. Total Recall DVD Steelbook, 2-disc edition. Comes with a nice booklet there. And so, yeah, happy to have got that to add to my DVD Steelbook collection. And then this, Mythica, the complete 5-film collection. I found a couple of these in the charity shop, a couple of years ago maybe. 2 of these movies, and they're all got names as opposed to something 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. They just each one has its own name, Mythica something. So I just assumed those 2 movies when I bought them were like one was a sequel to the other. As it turned out, when I looked online, and I think I had the second and the third, or the second and the fourth movies in the set, and I've never come across them since, any of the others. I did spot one of these in a CEX, online in a CEX, but by the time I got there, probably the following day, it had gone. But at that point, I think it was £3.50, so I missed out. So to get it for a fiver, for a fiver, what am I talking about? For £1.50. Oh, losing one of the discs there. Looks like there's the hub's slightly broken. That's annoying. Yeah, we've got the full. Oh my goodness, another one's loose. No, I can't grab it. So that hub's okay, but they're not very good, I've got to say. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to have to find something else to pop these in. Oh, it doesn't go on that one, it's that one again, isn't it? So, yeah, happy to have got that. I still haven't seen any of them, because obviously I didn't have the first movie to start with. So there we go. That's not everything I bought. I'm just thinking to myself, that doesn't look right. And yeah, there's another pal right there. So these came from, I want to say, the Salvation Army. Looking at the stickers, it must have been the Salvation Army. And they were doing 4 for £1, except for certain, so everything they had on the shelf was 4 for £1, but then they had a like a basket thing on stands, on legs, should I say on stands, on legs, on the floor, with box sets in mostly, and they were as priced. So the 4 that I bought for £1, Mary Poppins, this is a 2-disc edition, another film I've never seen and don't really care to, if I'm honest. This again is going in my pile of DVDs, Disney DVDs that I intend to stick on Facebook Marketplace coming up to Christmas. See if we can make a little bit of extra cash there. So yeah, for 25p, that's going on there. This, I got a copy of this in a charity shop a few months ago as part of a 4 for 99p. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. There's been the 2-disc edition. Now the one that I bought, you may or may not remember, was this. And I almost didn't, because it was missing the main feature disc. It's got the special features disc in there. There's 2, but no disc 1. I thought to myself at the time, you know what, I probably won't ever come across one of these again with the slipcase, but the chances of me coming across this at some point, I probably will. It turns out I was right, and it is exactly the same edition. They've got the same barcode and everything, so I'll pop that out and just slide that in. Hey presto. Then a couple of snapper cases. A TV show that I really never got into, Babylon 5. I do recall seeing early episodes of this and wasn't overly fussed at the time. I still am, but at the time I was a massive Star Trek fan. I think Deep Space Nine was big at that time, or possibly still The Next Generation, but I think Deep Space Nine was big at the time when this came out, and this didn't seem to compare in any way. I didn't know quite what I was getting in this. I thought, are these couple of TV movies that were made after the series ended, or what? But I think this is very similar to the Stargate SG-1 release that came out, that is just episodes to make TV movies, I suppose. In the case of Stargate, it was the first 2 episodes and the last 2 episodes of the first series were on that DVD release, and I think, from what I can gather, this is the same. It's, what I understand, is the first 2 episodes of the series, for the first series, and the last 2 episodes of the same series, or season, if you like. on a single double-sided disc. So I might give that a try. This is another Region 1 release as well, which I don't come across that often out in the wild. But so is this. And this is another one as part of a set. I mentioned last week with the unboxing video that came from Pete, the snapper cases. National Lampoon's European Vacation, he sent me Vegas Vacation, and I said I had either Vacation or European Vacation. When I checked, it was the first Vacation. It's a good job I did check, because I might not have bought this otherwise, because I wouldn't have been sure, although for what, 25p it would have been worth the risk. As it turned out, I didn't have this one. Oh yes, this needs a new case. I forgot about that. I remember when I picked it up in the store, I didn't actually lose the disc like I did just there, but yeah, it's a loose disc inside. But it's not, when it's closed, it stays in place because of the nature of the case. As soon as you open it, it's loose because the hub's broken. So I've still got quite a few spare cases. I can just swap it over. And then finally, in the box of those that are as they were priced, I spotted this, and I know this sells really well at CEX, and I thought I'll check it just to see, because it's not, for a charity shop, it's not particularly cheap. So we've got Peter Kay's Phoenix Nights Complete Season 1 and 2. This is the limited edition digipack. I don't know if you can see on that, but it was £4. Trades in for £7, so I thought definitely going to get this to trade in. And I actually got in here before I went to CEX, and I very nearly traded it straight in. I thought, I've got one of these at home already, I can just show that one. In the end, I didn't. I decided not to. Now it's got this bad design that every one of these I've ever seen, even when they've been in CEX, that gets damaged, I guess, going in and out of the shelf when people don't take care. It's like a window box, but just a small window. But like I say, that seems to get damaged. But inside, we've got 2 discs, we've got a booklet and a soundtrack CD. Now when I got home, I thought I'll check mine just to see, you know, if mine's damaged more or less than this one. As it turned out, I don't have this. This was the one I had, which is the Max and Paddy box set, which this suffers from a similar thing, but not quite as bad. So there, we've got a little bit of damage. Oddly, I would have thought it would have been there, but it's actually on here on that one. But this is the same inside. It's got the 2 discs, the booklet and CD soundtrack. So, as it turns out, I won't be trading this in, but I do have both of these individually, both these series individually, which between them I think trade in for £3.50. So they will almost pay for this. So I'm happy with that. So I've got both of these now. There is a slight difference. One's a bit thicker than the other. I don't know why they've done that, but the contents are identical: 2 discs, a booklet and a CD. When you actually open them up, it's to do with the disc trays that they've used. They've used a much slimmer digi-tray on one than they have on the other, so it just makes the packaging thicker. I don't know if these came out together. I imagine they will have come out at the same time. So why they design them like that, I don't know. But there you go. So that's part 2 of everything that I've bought over the last week. I'm not going to witter on. I'm just going to say, if you got all the way to here, just put a little comment once again down below, just to say made it to the end, or got to the end, or something like that. Much appreciated, and I will catch you in the next one. I do have something I bought today, and I don't know where I've put it. 1 second. So a little bit of a bonus. I got a message yesterday off James from Movie Mad of a deal that's happening in Morrison's right now. they're doing 2 for £8. The selection is piss poor, honestly, but there is one Blu-ray that they have which trades in for £8. So if you can find 2 and keep one and trade the other one for £8, the one has cost you literally nothing. So I grabbed 2 copies of The Running Man on Blu-ray for £8 and traded the second one in for £8. Good deal, I think. Unfortunately, if they only have one, the choice isn't very good. The only other Blu-rays they had were Shallow Grave and Sexy Beast. If I recall, I think it's £5 each. So you can, if you don't own this, it's still a good deal to get it for a £5. Since I see CX are selling them for 12 right now. So yeah, a little bit of bonus there. Right. Thank you very much, and I will catch you next time. Don't know when that'll be. I've had no confirmation yet that either of the titles that I've got coming have been posted out yet, although it's still quite early on in the month, I suppose. I haven't double checked to figure out, to find out what dates these are released. I should probably know, but I can't remember. So yeah, I'll keep you posted when they come. Other than that, I don't know of anything else that's coming this next week. There may be a parcel on the way later in the week. We'll see. I have no intentions of doing much shopping. I do still have £20 worth of vouchers to spend in CEX. So there's a possibility. I went into Millsbury yesterday and into Stockton this morning after I'd been to Morrison's to trade in. After I've been to Morrison's to trade in one of those, there's nothing on the shelf there. I'm fairly close to the Darlington store tomorrow when I go to work. So once I finish at 2, there's a possibility of going over there, maybe. But we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, that's it. Thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Ta-ra.